I think I'm abusing my friend. I'm toxic. I have a friend who not only enables me, but actively encourages my toxicity to their own detriment. And I don't know what to do other than allow this dynamic to play out, because when I try to stop it, she gets upset. I feel like it's becoming abusive, but when I mention that to her, she dismisses it. I'm very possessive of this friend. I want to monopolize her time and attention. I get jealous to an unhinged degree when she gives those things to others. Unreasonably, I want to be her top priority, all the time. I get stuck in this mindset of, if I'm not her #1 favorite person, then that means she doesn't care about me at all. So I'm hyper-vigilant of any threats that can bump me out of that position and become dysregulated at the slightest hint of that happening. I have a history of ghosting her during periods where she'd get close to new people, and I'd feel like I was being replaced. It's wrong regardless of my reason, but it was never to punish her. I'd do it because having control over the situation made it easier to detach. Instead of suffering and feeling like she was throwing me away like trash, I could feel numb and just forget about her entirely if I was the one to throw her away instead. Selfish. The issue now is that she's met a new friend group and it's been triggering these issues in me again. Previously, I would keep everything to myself and act normal, apart from maybe seeming more distant, and the ghosting would come out of nowhere. Whenever we'd reconcile, I'd tell her I was having mental health issues, which was true, but I never expanded on it. She noticed me pulling away again recently, and we had a real talk for once. She had to pull it out of me, but I did eventually end up telling her everything. It went well, or so I thought. I started being more open with her, like she asked of me. She told me to tell her anytime I was upset so that she could tackle the issue and reassure me in the moment, so I did. Initially, I liked how indulgent she was being. She'd tell me exactly what I needed to hear, that she loved me, and I was her favorite, and even say things to me like, "I want to be there for you even if it sucks. I want to hold your hand and die holding it." It was so validating. It made me feel more loved and cared for than I've ever felt in my life. It was nice to not have to internalize everything, to be allowed space to be vulnerable and to be accepted at my worst. But now I hate what it's turned our relationship into. I don't want her to cater to my needs while neglecting her own. I fucked up. What really woke me up was that she just cut off the friend group I mentioned earlier. I immediately told her not to do that when she offered to. She did it anyway. And even though I keep telling her to reconnect, she won't listen. I feel so fucking guilty. I didn't tell her to do that. I didn't want her to do that, but I've somehow still managed to isolate her. I don't know what to do. I regret telling her anything at all. I wish I could take it back. We can't go back to how things used to be, though, her in blissful ignorance while I'm going through it, because now she knows what my triggers are, what my reactions to those triggers are, what to look for. I can't hide it from her anymore. I tried, and she got upset that I went back on my word to communicate with her. I expressed how I thought some things are better left unsaid. I didn't need to tell her every time something bothered me, that it doesn't even help and just drags her down with me, but she insists that's what she wants. She literally said she either wants to help pull me up or drown with me. I told her I felt like I was abusing her now. She denied it. I feel like I made her codependent, that I've forced her into a position where she feels like she has to regulate my emotions to avoid being abandoned by me, and I don't know how to fix it. I'm afraid I irreparably damaged our relationship. I don't want to keep hurting her, but I don't want to lose her either. Fix yourself is the obvious answer, but truthfully, I think I am unfixable. I've tried distracting myself and challenging unhealthy thoughts as I notice them. Nothing works. It's frustrating. I can literally recognize that I'm being childish and irrational, but I can't actually do anything about it. My stupid fucking feelings always overpower everything. The closest I'll ever get is holding everything in and putting up an appearance of normalcy. But again, that's not an option anymore. I don't know what to do.